And hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Hill Jane Unfiltered. I am looking forward to my guest. I have a lot of questions for her, and I'm looking forward to getting to know her and getting to know her with you. But before we get to that, I want to address something that's come to light in the past 48 hours. Recently, there has been a little bit of controversy concerning my guest today, Katherine Connella Weissmann, and who she may have or may not have voted for. And I want to read a statement that I put on the Hill Jane Unfiltered group page, okay? And I'm going to read it directly from the post that I made. Hill Jane Unfiltered is a non-political show. I don't care if you voted for Mighty Mouse. If you're a good and fun guest who is going to make people forget about the monstrosity of life, then come on down. I don't owe anything to anyone, except my roommate. I owe her rent. I am not an activist. My PSAs are to inform you. Take them as you want. If you are different, you might not want to go to Weis Supermarket, Dollar Tree, or CC's Pizza. It doesn't mean if you do go there, we can't be friends. I'm just saying Unfiltered is about entertaining and escape and maybe, just maybe, growing. Those of you who think I should hate someone because they are a Trump supporter have got me all wrong. Differing opinions make America the free country that it is. I don't endorse any lifestyle except my own. Remember the early days of this show? What did I say my favorite number was? Number 1. Think about it. This is America, people. You're free to not like me. You have the right to dislike transsexuals, gays, redheads, big busted women who take charges for their boyfriends, beautiful glamorous women who take horrible mugshots, eBay sellers, mugshots, Madonna, Spanish male models, rent boys, bandanas, bleached blondes. You have the right to not like them. It doesn't make you smart, but you have that right. And you also have the right to vote for whoever you want. Just like me or anyone has the right to go shopping and not be made fun of or have photos of us posted on the internet telling people what horrible creatures we are because we're not wearing the right outfit. My mother occasionally went grocery shopping with curlers in her hair. Stunningly beautiful. No one ever said a word to her. 1, because she was still beautiful, and 2, because she could cut you and murder you with one sentence. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm just saying. Unlike the others I do anything, I'm not the same. I have no shame. So let's begin today's show. Hi, everybody. I'm here with my friend, Katherine Connella Weissmann. She is an author, actress, and singer, and she is joining me via the telly. We're doing it the 1990s way. Katherine, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. First and foremost, what's Montel Williams like?
He was a wonderful man. I was only on the show one time, but I was very impressed with him, and I still am very impressed with him as a person.
He's when I see him, I always see a really hot, bald, light-skinned guy. Is he?
Well, yeah, but I don't know whether that's bad or good. But he was the part in between the breaks and the commercial breaks. He was so interesting and so warm and open to, because it was a show about people who were born hermaphrodites.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what he was going to be like, but he was fabulous.
Katherine, you're joining me today via phone from your place of residence in the Midwest, and I'm so grateful to you, and you're doing this as a favor to me, and I'm just going to go ahead and say we have been talking for about 45 minutes, and I was recording the whole thing, and apparently my beautiful S8 that I paid $753 for stops at 45 minutes. So we were in the 45-minute zone, so we are going to do a part 1 today. We're going to make this one a little quick, and I want to promote your book, Sugar and Spice, A Puppy Dog's Tale by Katherine Connella is available on Amazon. And I've got the link on the Hill Jane Unfiltered site, the group page. And briefly, Kat, tell people about being an intersexual and what exactly that means. And your form of being intersexual, really quickly.
My form of intersexuality was that when I was conceived with a twin. Obviously, not a it was a fraternal twin, because my twin died and spontaneously aborted about the 8th week of pregnancy. And it's around the 9th week of pregnancy when gender is determined, because all fetuses are female until the 9th week. And because of whatever trauma happened that kicked one of us out, signals were crossed. So I came out looking like a nominal, probably boy, because I didn't have a vagina, but all my inner organs were female. And so I was born, and I was named Charles, and I had no conception that I was supposed to be a boy until I started the first grade.
Kat, the fact that I lost 45 minutes talking with you just makes me so mad, because we were really bonding and going at it, and I can't get into everything. We'll do a part 2 eventually, but I can already tell this one's going to be longer than like 10 minutes or whatever, because I just love talking to you so much. Kat and I have been talking about her foray into Hollywood and being an intersexual female in Hollywood. Kat, I had told you earlier that when I see you, I can spot a transsexual or a hermaphrodite 10,000 miles away. I see no trace whatsoever of you ever having any testosterone in your body. I just don't see it, and I'm usually good at that kind of stuff. When did you start taking hormones? When did you start realizing you were a woman, and when did you start living as a female?
Well, let's start a little earlier. When I was in the 6th grade, so I was like 11 to 12, my breasts began developing.
Okay.
And by the time I finished the 6th grade, I was a C-cup.
Okay.
And so my parents took me to the doctor, a very venerable but very old doctor, who's been our family physician for a couple of generations. And he was like, "Oh my God, this is terrible. Oh, your little boy is going to be all, messed up if we don't do something right away." And so the first thing he suggested was having a double mastectomy.
Oh.
Which my parents wisely said, "No, that's a little excessive." So what he did was he put me on a steady overdose of testosterone for about a year and a half. And, oh boy, that was something.
Yeah.
I went through puberty in about 3 months. And my voice was very low initially, and then it went back up to where it is now. And covered my body with black, thick hair, the back, the chest, everything.
My roommate and I were talking about this recently. Female to male transsexuals, they progress so fast. She and I were discussing this. They progress so fast. They go, their little vaginas become little tiny penises, but they get the amount of body hair that they get is incredible.
Testosterone is, I think, a lot more powerful as a hormone than estrogen is.
And
estrogen is.
I'm meeting some online, and I don't spot it at all. I've got one coming up with this weekend, or next weekend with this guy that in London who girl, I didn't even know. I just thought he was a cute guy who befriended me on Instagram, and I was looking at his picture. I'm like, well, he's pretty. He's a pretty boy. No, he's been on testosterone for like 2 years, and I see no traces. I see no traces whatsoever. It's just it's crazy. It's wild.
I'm amazed at how handsome a lot of females are.
What about? Here we go. Here comes Unfiltered. What about Buck Angel, girl? What about Buck Angel? How about that one?
Who?
Buck Angel.
Buck Angel.
The porn star, the hermaphrodite or the female, the hermaphrodite porn star. He's Buck Angel, and he lives as a male, but he has a vagina, and he's a porn star.
Wow, I had no idea, but you know what? When you've been married 16 years, porn isn't a big priority. But no, I feel like kind of out of the loop. But no, I'd have to go look that up as soon as we get off the phone.
This is how, I want you to email me and tell me what you think. This is how out of loop I am. I don't have TV. I don't watch TV. And if I did watch TV, the only thing I would watch is Judge Judy and The Real Housewives. I don't watch TV.
Okay.
I'm not up on political events, which we'll get to in a minute. I'm not up on political things. My politics are 2 words, Hillary Clinton. So when I interview celebrities, entertainers, people in the entertainment industry, they're people that mean something to me. And hopefully people want to see it. If not, I got to have fun, and it's still putting, to me, I remember JFK would always hug babies. Bill Clinton did the same thing, hold the baby. 1 vote could equal 10 votes. For me, 1 view is 1 view. 1 view means somebody's watching. And the whole Heel Jane Unfiltered show started because my boyfriend was sent to prison, and I was living in North Carolina. I was miserable. I didn't have any friends. I was alone. And it just started. I just started doing little things about my day, doing little makeup tutorials and these little things. And people started watching. And I started going live. People started watching then. Rutanya Alda started watching. She played Carol Ann in Mommy Dearest.
I know.
Yes.
And she's a Facebook friend of mine, and I know she's one of yours, too,
yes,
right?
and I feel like
I love her.
I love her. That interview,
I love her.
And she answers anything, and she dishes, but she's so sweet. She dishes in a way, she's not being mean, and it's real. It's not disingenuous at all. It's so real. She'll gossip with you, but it's not mean spirited. It's what happened to her. It's what happened to her, And I was trying to get her to be bitchy about Faye Dunaway, and she just wasn't doing it. She was, but it's not because she didn't want to. It's just because she just didn't have those stories. She would say that Faye did this, Faye did that, and that was that, And I wanted to hear, I remember I asked her, I said, would Faye Dunaway and I get along? And she said, well, Hillary, the way, that voice, she said, she said, you're both very opinionated, very strong. She said, it might work for a minute, but I don't see it going anywhere as far as a career. She said, because I had said I love bitchy women, and I love, like Miranda Priestley in Devil Wears Prada. I'd love to work for her.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Faye might be a little too much for me too. But anyway, I feel like I owe a lot to her, but that's how the whole show started. But like, I love interviewing people like you, that mean something to me because, you have a point of view, and, just because you voted for Trump and I voted for Hillary doesn't mean we can't be friends. And there seems to be a problem with that.
A lot of people have a problem with it anymore, and I don't understand why.
And the fact is that they would still. You mentioned to me earlier that you lost a lot of friends on Facebook and on social media when you said that you voted for Trump.
Too.
Yeah,
they were real friends. They weren't just like people I met on Facebook. These are people I had known for years, 30 years for some of them. It was like, really?
That's incredible.
You're not my friend anymore because of who I voted for?
That's incredible.
I would never do that to anybody, and I can't imagine doing that to anybody.
Well, a lot of it, let's keep it real, and this is unfiltered, a lot of it probably came from the gay community. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Really? Okay. How about that? The gay community, there is no such thing. I'm going to go on record and saying, and let me say first and foremost, I love my gay brothers. I love my gay sisters. I love you. I love you. You supported me. I support you. But there is no community. There is no unity. It's people looking out. There's people looking out for themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me just go on record right here now and say, I'm not a transgendered activist. If I'm an activist, it's a human rights activist. The things that happen to me that I post online, I'm not telling you not to go to Dollar Tree. I'm not telling you not to go to CC's Pizza. I'm saying this happened to me. You might not want to go there. And let me also say that when those people did that, there's people who worked there. It wasn't customers. I'm coming out against the people who work there because, God damn it, when I spend my money, you will respect me. And that's the whole point that I'm making. Every single PSA is not about... Exactly. I'm spending my money. Back at the CC's Pizza, I was webcamming for my money. I was showing titty to get my money. And I had lots of it. And so, yeah. So when I went into CC's Pizza... and it was a Sunday, and the people that were there were saying something, I could care less. But the people behind the counter, oh, no.
Yeah,
So,
you're supposed to be professional people.
exactly. But it's just unfortunate that, in the last 24, 48 hours, some people have said some things that I just didn't think were appropriate, Kat, because you're doing this, you're not getting paid to do this interview. You don't really have anything to promote right now except intersexualism, to school us on what it's like to be an intersexual, which you're doing. And like me, you probably get asked these damn questions all the time when people meet you. Oh, really? Well, was it? I don't know about you, but for me, when people ask me what's it like to be a transsexual, it becomes a little bit redundant, and it becomes annoying.
Actually, no, I don't, because I don't think that most people that I meet as a rule have any idea.
They don't. I mean, that's the whole thing. I didn't know.
They don't discuss it.
Yeah.
I don't bring it up and say, hey, want to know something interesting about me?
Right. You and Alexis. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you and Alexis Arquette were very, very close friends, and you were briefly engaged for a couple of weeks, right?
Right. Just for, dare I say, political reasons.
Right.
But yeah, never seriously.
Okay.
Although if we'd gotten married, it would have been really fun.
Yeah. Cool. And you eventually, what made you leave LA to move to the wonders of, can I say where you're at?
I'm in Missouri.
What made you leave California?
Which for the first couple of years I was here, I understood, I heard some people say it as misery, and I thought, boy, you're not kidding. But it was because of my husband. I had been, the first 8 years of my life in LA were wonderful, and the last couple were like kind of telling me, I think I've done this. And if I could figure out what I wanted to do next, I'd do it, but I can't. And then I met my husband, and that ended up, we ended up moving, that's a long story, I don't want to bore you with it. But we ended up moving here because his family was moving here. And I love my in-laws like crazy.
That's great. Well, I want to tell everyone about your book, and I've been reading it. Sugar and Spice, a pup's tale. Puppy dog tales. Yeah, I know, it's hard to say. I like the sugar and spice part. It's out of print, but it is available on Amazon. I've got the links on Hill Jane Unfiltered, the page. If someone wants to buy a copy directly from you, are you selling any copies? Can they get a copy? How can they get one?
No, I have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
But they're on sale everywhere.
Yeah.
All these bookstores on the web. It's like boom, boom, boom. I thought, boy, I never saw one in a bookstore, but you'd think that there's a zillion copies out there. And
you also have music online, by the way, on Amazon. You have songs there. Okay. And you've given me permission to use one as my theme song, and I'm very grateful for you. I love it. It's my theme song for the show. And
I'm so flattered.
Well, I'm so flattered.
I'm so flattered. The hell out of me.
But I appreciate you coming on with me today. We're, like I said, everyone, we had an awesome part one, and it's lost in the foray of my S8 phone. But Kat and I are going to do a part two in the next few weeks.
Yeah, we're going to have an awesome part two.
Yeah, awesome, and maybe I can convince you to come online with me and we'll do some FaceTime with me, huh?
But doesn't that require a smartphone? I only have a dumb phone.
Do you have a laptop, right?
Yeah, I do.
We'll talk. Kat, thank you so much.
Yeah, we will.
Thanks for so much for stopping by and doing this with me and educating us and schooling us on being an intersexual and taking time out to, spend time with me. And I just want to say that, I created myself in the image of the women I love. My mother, Jane Mansfield, Trissy and Shonda, Patty from Can't Buy Me Love, Belinda Carlisle, Cherie Curie, and Katherine Connella Weissmann.
Oh, and I had such a great time. I can't wait for part two.
Me too. Thank you, Katherine. You take care.
Thank you, Hillary.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Katherine Connella Weissmann. I'm so excited. We had such an awesome show, you guys. We were 45 minutes, and my phone, I guess it stops recording at 45 minutes, but we really had a ball. But I hope you enjoyed, listening to her. And her book is available on Amazon. Check it out if you can, or go to your local library because it's a little expensive on Amazon. I don't think she's receiving royalties from it anymore, so I don't think she's going to be mad if you just rent it from the local library. But you guys have a great day. It's Monday, start of the week. I get a set tomorrow. Do you like the little temporary set? So have a great week, everyone. Go out and get you some. Boop. Screenshot.